looked like we were finally going to have a more settled trading day to end the week, and then shortly after the open, President Trump said this in a press conference.
And I may do that for Greenland, too. I may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland, because we need Greenland for national security. So I may do that. I'll give you a little, I'll take you out of that. In fact, that'll end up being the story. But actually, this is a much bigger story.
In response, markets dipped sharply and then recovered, only to sell off in the last 2 hours of the trading session. It's never a great sign to see institutions sell into the close, especially at the end of the week, but my guess is that they were de-risking for a few reasons. First, we have a long holiday weekend in the US, and a reminder that markets will be closed on Monday. Then the last few weeks, we've gotten big announcements out of the White House just after the markets closed, and with Iran, Greenland, Venezuela still unsettled, there are a lot of external risks to consider that the market can't control. Then we also have the rising 10-year yield to consider, which broke out today despite the administration's best efforts to control interest rates. And lastly, there is now also a chance of a partial Supreme Court tariff ruling on Tuesday morning, right after markets open. Now, I tried to confirm this on the Supreme Court of the United States website, and all I could find is that they are releasing an opinion on Tuesday morning, but it did not say which one. So this might be a bit of clickbait generation by some participants on X. What was interesting is that Bitcoin and crypto saw positive movement while equities were selling off into the close today, which may have to do with a White House representative talking about the administration looking into ways to buy Bitcoin and affirming that it is still a priority for the administration, though his wording was less than direct.
Straightforward, but then you get into some, obscure legal provisions and why this agency can't do it, but actually this agency could. So we're continuing to push on that. It is certainly still on the priority list right now. And I think with some of the latest, kind of developments and things that we've learned and engagement from general counsels and different agencies, DOJ, OLC, for example, that's kind of the Supreme Court within the administration has provided some good guidance on where we can move out on this executive order of the president's and do so in a legally sound way. So more to come on that.